Hey guys, really happy to be here this afternoon. Thank you guys for having me. I want to also introduce my executive director at Vin Baker Recovery, Patrick, is also here with me. And I asked already, and I hope this is okay with you guys, I do want to speak for about 15 to 20 minutes, kind of talk about my journey, but I also want to have some open dialogue and have some questions. And it's 2025, as I was telling Patrick, it's very hard. I'm a preacher's kid. It's very hard to hold someone's audience for 45 minutes. And I think the dialogue is more important than the whole story that I have to tell. I want to hear from you guys as well, but super happy to be here. Just flew in about 3 days ago. I was with this guy all summer. His name Giannis. I was with him in Athens, and I brought him back safely. So he'll be back here in about a week. So he's back, and I'm happy to be back here in Milwaukee. I love this city. This city is amazing to me. I was drafted here in 1993 by the Milwaukee Bucks. If some of you guys remember, not the young people, but some of you guys that remember, was drafted back in 1993. And Milwaukee's just been a special place to me ever since, just because this is the team and the city that took a chance on me, gave me my opportunity to become a professional athlete, something that I had dreamt about my entire life, is playing in the NBA, and I got to live out that dream here for the first 4 years of my career here in the city of Milwaukee. So I'm forever grateful and forever blessed for the city and what it gave to me. And then Milwaukee gave me the opportunity to come back after a rather rough road of being in the NBA, gave me a second chance to come back here sober, with an opportunity to spread my journey, my testimony, and now my center, Vin Baker Recovery, with this city that I love. So super happy to be back here, and I feel like I'm a part of the community. I'm grateful for the love and appreciate the Coach Baker and Vin Baker stuff, but I feel like I'm family with you guys. I don't feel like I'm Coach Baker or any of that. So after we're done, if we have time, feel free to come up and say hello, high five, and shake hands. This is my job. My day job is coaching, but my passion is recovery.
Talk about it.
There's nothing more. I was thinking about this morning. There's nothing more important that God has given me and blessed me with, more important than my sobriety. I do love my job, and I love my children, love my family, but the biggest gift that God has ever given me, the greatest gift that God has given me, is my sobriety. It's the most important thing to me. I started off in a small town. I'm the son of as I just mentioned, a son of a preacher. So I grew up in a very strict household with my mom and my dad. Never went out, never partied, all throughout high school, very strict. Even when I got to college, I always went home during the weekends to my parents. It was just very comfortable for me, having the discipline of an athlete, but also having the discipline of a person who grew up in church. And so I'm an only child, so my parents were everything to me. And then I got success. Like at the University of Hartford, I started to experience some success in basketball, which I loved. It was my passion at the time. I went from one night of averaging 4 points a game as a freshman to by the time I was a junior, I was averaging 29 points a game. So it happened pretty fast, this success. And so along with that success came all the spoils, or what I considered spoils at the time. And my first drink that I had was when I was a junior in college. The very first time that I had a drink I was a junior in college. And at that particular time, it was just recreation, right? You go have a game, and you're on the college campus, and it's what college kids do. I went on for the next 2 years to get drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, and in my first 4 years of the NBA, I was a 3-time NBA All-Star and 2-time All-NBA, and more spoils came with this. And I started to party more, I started to hang out more, which was more drinking, and it was the first time I experienced marijuana at the time. I'm assuming that's not an old term for it. I'm assuming that's what you still say. If I start dating myself, forgive me, but I know some people out here. So I started to experiment with more drugs and more alcohol. I was traded in 1997. I was traded to the Seattle Supersonics. And again, anybody who remembers that time, I was traded for Sean Kemp, and I went out to Seattle and had a very successful first year. Again, it was extraordinary. I was an all-star again, second team All-NBA, and then it was just probably the best basketball year of my life. I was selected to the Olympic team. But one of the worst things possible happened to me in that moment. That summer of 1998, I became addicted to alcohol. And the worst part about the addiction for me at the time was, now I'll say this again, and I'm not saying this thing to be bragging about my career. I just want to paint a picture of where I was and how God has blessed me and moved me back into this place of sobriety and how important sobriety is to me. And at this point, I was a 4-time NBA All-Star, and it was only my 5th year in the NBA, literally on top of the world. In that summer, we lost the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round of the playoffs, and it felt like my world came crashing down. And no one knew this but me. And so instead of like going to the gym and working harder and working on my craft, I started to drink more. I started to party. I was covering up my disappointment with my money, my friends. I flew all my friends to Vegas. I flew all my friends to Cancun. In this particular summer, the NBA had a lockout. It was the first lockout of this. So the off season was longer. So from the time I was done with basketball in April, I said we lost to the Lakers in April, and the time that the season started again in December, I had become a full-blown alcoholic, fully blown, and no one knew. Because of all the success that I had had, no one could possibly believe that a preacher's kid, a 4-time NBA All-Star, and all the other stuff could possibly return to basketball camp in 1998 as a full-blown alcoholic. I was about 280 pounds, and everyone just laughed it off. Like the team said, "What did you eat over the summer?" That was, and I laughed and said everything. But it was actually the alcohol that had changed my physique, and not only did it change my physique, it changed everything. So I will tell one more quick story about my time in Seattle, and then I want to get to the turning point for me. Believe this or not, even though I was a full-blown alcoholic, meaning I was drinking all times of the day, my contract had come up with the Seattle Supersonics, and it was time to either give me a max contract or not. And there were certain rumors going around that there were rumors like he may have an issue. And so the Sonics ended up giving me the max contract anyways. So they gave a full-blown alcoholic $80 million, only in America. I don't know if that's an only in America time, but that's the best I come. It was just crazy. Like I would literally, and we're all family here, so I'll tell you, I went to when they were doing the contract, you have to do a physical for the contract to pass a physical. So I decided that, yeah, I'm not going to drink for these couple of days because I got to take the physical for this $80 million. So when I went to the doctors, it's the medical side of being addicted. When I went to do my physical, I had stopped drinking for maybe 24 hours. And when I went in to take the test, my EKG, the doctor said that your heart's a little all over the place. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna know now, the EKG. So she told me, she said, rub your fingers behind your head and it'll slow your heart rate down. And I did, and it slowed the heart rate down, and I signed the deal, and I was off to the races of addiction, more addiction. 3 years later, I was traded. 2 years later, I was traded to the Boston Celtics. And that year, after I signed that contract, my contract was terminated. It was over. My career was done. I admitted to being an alcoholic. I admitted that I had an issue. And it was the best day of my life. It was the absolute best day of my life when I admitted, and I couldn't hide, and I couldn't tell any more lies. I had to tell someone I am addicted to alcohol. Everyone thought, with everything that was being written, that I had lost $100 million. I had gained my life. I would get so upset with people who asked me, like when I first got sober, it was so amazing because people only connected me with the money, my career, and what a waste, right? How could you go from here to here? All the interviews, I did so many interviews about my life, and the one thing that everyone talked about in my first 2 or 3 years of sobriety was, well, tell us about the $100 million. How'd you spend that? And I finally thought to myself, let me nip this in the bud the next time somebody asks me about the money as opposed to my sober living. Could you imagine, and I said this to any reporter who asked me and they stopped asking, I said, could you imagine having a Lamborghini, someone crashes it, survives the crash, and all people can ask about is, how's the car? It's insulting, right? Like, I'm living, I'm alive, I'm breathing. I recognize that I have an issue and I'm going to get help. Patrick said this yesterday. It's so awesome, and it's the first time I heard it. That we're not bad people trying to be good. We're sick people trying to be well.
Right.
So I'm so blessed with the opportunity, like as I said when I first started, to that sobriety is the greatest gift that God has ever given me, the best blessing ever. When I got sober, I just took it one day at a time. Literally, I lost everything: friends, relationships, money, possessions, reputation, and then that word that we all talk about in recovery, stigma. Well, it was his fault. He did it, right? So I had to live through trying to get sober along with the stigma. And then I realized, like, the most important part of stigma, like, this is what's important when everyone's putting this blame and putting this label on you. I had to love me first before anything else, right? You gotta love you. I had to take out every variable that had come into my life, my career, even my family, the future, what the future holds. I had to take all that out. I just had to concentrate on today. One day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time. I worked at Starbucks, it's well documented. I worked at Starbucks. Everyone, that was another headline. Loses $100 million, works at Starbucks. It was the greatest year of my life. I was sober, talking about serving other people. Imagine having to put 100 names on cups in one day. Like literally serving, not the theory of serving other people. I literally was right, and people are rude in Starbucks on top of that. So talk about a change of being a super athlete to people throwing money at you because you didn't write their name correct. I didn't know it was spelled like that. But humility, passion, intestinal fortitude, help, 12 steps, recovery centers, all the things that go into prayer, my faith in God, all the things that went into this day. I just hope that today I can give that to you guys. Just one day at a time.
Yep.
Right? The expectations aren't about tomorrow. It's not about making that person happy, about redeeming your relationship with that person. I get all that. But it's got to be one day at a time, and you have to love yourself first. You have to prioritize loving you first. When I realized that I had nothing, like literally nothing, no phone calls, no nothing, after having everything, I had to prioritize me because nobody else was doing it. I had to say, Vin, there is no more help. You got to help. You got to participate in your own rescue, right? You got to participate in your own rescue. So I'm grateful today. After I'll celebrate. Well, this past year I celebrated 15 years of sobriety.
There you go.
And I'm very blessed. I want to say this. I'm very blessed to say that number, but I want to be clear about this. Every day is important. Whether it's 2 days or 15 years, every day is important. I don't wake up and count. Like in sports, you say, we're 50-0, we're 15-1. We won this. Like sobriety for me is one day. It's great to say that number, but every day for me is a journey, a new journey. Someone asked me just yesterday, what does success look like in recovery? Success for me isn't the 15 years, believe it or not. Because as great as I would like to tell my story, I still have children who get on my nerves. I still hate losing. I was sick to my stomach when we were up 7 points and we lost in 35 seconds to the end of the pace. I still have issues. I still have, right? Those things still hurt me like anything else. I have any other issues, but the one thing that is successful to me in sobriety is I don't wake up wanting to use. I didn't wake up this morning and think about having a drink. That is success to me. That is winning to me. So I want to encourage everyone here, and I want to kind of open this up where we can have some dialogue. I encourage everyone, just there's love, the passion, take it one day at a time. A friend of mine told me this a long time ago about winning the day. Like, just win the day. Don't concern yourself with tomorrow. Win the day. I teach Bible study, and I taught a Bible study this past Wednesday. Today is the day, right? Just make today important. And it's human nature to think about yesterday and feel yesterday's missed and think about tomorrow, but just think about today and win it, right? Win today. It's the most important day that we have is today. In recovery, I don't know what anybody else thinks, but for recovery, today is the most important day that we have. So blessed to be here, be back in Milwaukee. I was talking earlier, I've been gone for 3.5 months, and I came back maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I had surgery, a slight surgery on my head. I think I had lymphoma. I think I'm saying that right. I pronounced it wrong 5 times, so I'm not gonna say it again. But I had a minor surgery 48 hours ago, but I wouldn't miss this day for the world. I'm so excited.
Thanks for coming.
I'm so excited. And we're, like, I'm telling you, the Bucks organization, my day job, I love competing. I still have that in me. I love my kiddo, Giannis. I love all the players, but this is my family. You guys are my family. We have a different purpose and mission in life. We take it one day at a time. We love on each other. We continue to love on each other. We continue to build. We continue to get stronger. This is a special group here. To me, this is more special than standing in front of the Bucks. Because this is a group of strong people. I'll tell the families who are here that are involved with us, continue to love, continue to support. Continue to love and continue to support. It's like any other disease that you have. No one yells at people for being a diabetic, right? Right? It's a disease. And so I struggled with people having compassion for me in my first few years. I struggled with it. No one cared. Who cares about a guy who had it all and lost it all, right? So it's important to me in my journey of sobriety that I care. Right? Continue to care for each other, continue to love on each other, It's a vital part of a sobriety journey.